Today's pre-lesson is going to be oversimplifying expressions by combining like terms. First, let's talk about some important vocabulary. Our first vocab word is a term. A term can be a number, so this would be an example, a variable, or a product. Remember, a product is the answer to a multiplication problem of numbers and variables. So here's a product of numbers and variables, a product of numbers and variables, and it can also be a quotient, so dividing of numbers and variables. And terms in an expression are going to be separated by an addition and subtraction. So for instance, you can see that these terms are all separated by addition and subtraction. So the example below has 1, 2. Our next vocab word is coefficient. So C-O-E-F-F-I-C-I-E-N-T. A coefficient is a number that is multiplied by a variable in an algebraic expression. So right here, 7 is the number that is multiplied by the variable, which is x in this algebraic expression. So 7 is going to be our coefficient, and our x is our variable. And that's variable. Next we have constant. A term without a variable is called a constant. So for example, up here in this example, this 5 is going to be a constant because it's without a variable. Last, we have like terms. They are terms with the same variable raised to the same power. The coefficients do not have to be the same. Constants like 5, half, and 3 2/10 are also like terms. So when we simplify expressions, we're going to do that by combining like terms. And we're going to follow these 3 simple steps. So step 1 is we're going to separate all terms by drawing a line to the left of each operation. And when I say operation, I mean like addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. And note, the first term is positive unless there is a negative sign. So here's our example. We'll go ahead and do that step. So 5a, we know that's positive because there's no negative sign. And then I have an addition operation. I'm going to do it, draw a line to the left. Draw a line to the left. Draw a line to the left, 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 to the left. Step 2, group like terms by giving them the same shape. So different terms should be different shapes. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. So my first term here is 5a. So I'm going to give that a shape of a circle. So anything else in this expression that has an a, I'm going to circle it. So I'm going to circle positive 3a, positive a, and then negative a. All right, so I'm going to go back, and now I have positive 2 as my next term. That's actually a constant because it's without a variable. I'm going to give that a square. Any other constants without a variable, I'm going to give a square. So I also have positive 12 and negative 1. All right, last I have a term with the variable b. I'm going to give that a heart, so positive 4b, positive 6b, and that's all we have. So step 3 is to put each group of like terms together simplify each group of like terms into one single term. All right, so let me explain what that means. So I'm going to first start with all of my circles. So all of the terms with A. So I'm going to have 5A. Next I have plus 3A. Next I have plus A. And then I have minus A. So I'm going to go ahead and put all that together. So 5A plus 3A is 8A. 8A plus another A would be 9A. And then if we take away an A, we're going to be at 8A. All right, next let's go ahead and do all of our squares. So positive 2. And since it's a positive number, we don't really need to put the positive sign. If I just write 2, I know that's positive 2. And then I have plus 12. And then minus 1. So 2 plus 12 is 14, and 14 minus 1 is 13. All right, last we have our hearts. We have positive 4b. Remember, we really don't need to put positive 4b because I know that 4b is positive. And then plus 6b, and altogether that will give me 10b. Now I'm going to take these 3 terms and I'm going to write them as an expression. So 8a plus 13 plus 10b. So for the next 4 got it problems, I would like for you to pause the video and try them on your own, and then you can go ahead and replay the video and check your answers with mine. All right, for our first got it problem, I'm going to draw a line to the left of each operation. Now I'm going to put a shape around the same terms, the ones that are like. So I have 3x, so I'm going to give any term with an x a circle. So I'm also going to give this one a circle. And then I have 9y, so I'm going to give that a square. So now I'm going to put them together. So first I'm going to do my circles. 3x plus 2x will be 5x. And then 9y, I have nothing to put it together with, so I'm just going to take my 5x and I'm going to add my 9y. 5x plus 9y. All right, for our next one, I'm going to draw a line to the left of every operation that I see. Now I'm going to draw my shapes. So I have an x, I'm going to do a circle. And I don't have any other terms with an x, so that's my only circle. Next I have a constant, so without a variable. Let's see if I have any other constants. I'm going to give a square. So there's plus 2 and plus 2. And then last I have 2 terms with a variable of y, so I'll give that a heart and a heart. All right, so let's put that together. So x, I have nothing to put it together with, so that will just be part of my simplified expression. And then we'll go ahead and add or put together our boxes, which would be all of my constants. So 1 plus 2 plus 2, which will equal 5. And then we'll do our hearts. We have 3y plus 4y, which equals 7y. So let's go ahead and take those 2 terms and add them to our x. Because remember, x was the only term that got a circle. So x plus 5 plus 7y. All right, next we're going to draw our lines to the left of the operations. So I have 2x, I'm going to give that a circle. I have another term with an x, and then I'll give my term with a y a square. So 2x plus 7x will give me 9x. And then my 5y is by itself, so there's nothing to put it together with. So I have 9x plus 5y. All right, last we're going to draw lines to the left of the operations. I have 3x, I'll give that a circle. And then I also have another term with an x, so I'll give it a circle. And for the term with the y, I'll give it a square. So 3x plus 13x will equal 16x. And then my term of the y is by itself, so I have nothing to put it together with, so we'll go ahead and write our whole simplified expression, 16x plus 8y.